Hello, Facebook, YouTube. The day of Gabriel, the archangel. God is our prayer. No, not Mani. He's a false god. Let's stop worshiping false gods and stuff like that. Okay, topic of the message. Today is October 26th. And those that know what 26 mean know that this is the number of God. It's the number of God concerning the tetragrammaton of God concerning the name Yahweh. Yes, it's what we're supposed to understand. If you learn what the tetragrammaton of Yahweh is, you will learn everything concerning your divine purpose and pretty much everything what we were put here to do. Everything. You learn everything as much as you understand what 26 is all about. And I hope you look up the tetragrammaton. Well, 26, the tetragrammaton of the idea that pretty much Genesis 1:26, 26, we're made in the image and the likeness of God, and we're made in the image for a purpose. You're supposed to discover the humankind through the tetragrammaton. But that's another message, though. But the topic of the message, of course, is still God a wing. And God showed me this quite interesting idea about the topic of the message is the reality of our decisions and our actions. The reality of our decisions and our actions. Now, here's the problem of every majority of human being. As we know that we are born in sin, shaped with iniquity, unfortunately. And what happens is, and we have this genetic makeup of ourselves concerning our mother and our father, concerning their chromosomes, that we taking upon characteristics of the kind of person that we is, that we need, I repeat, need to discover what's inside of those characteristics, to whether it's negative or positive, to know the kind of person that we are is important. Because guess what? There's this gap that God taught me about, was talking to me about this morning, about our decisions and our actions. Now, here's what you need to understand, that, I learned in Judaism that, that if you know about Teflon is about a thing they do. They put this black box on their forehead, and they wrap their arms around and stuff like that. They quote prayers on it, and they quote prayers concerning more likely the idea that God's divine plan be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? More likely, in a nutshell, is prayers that they're wanting God's divine plan to be happen. Now they put this black box in their hair, which represents pretty much the law of God. But why they put it there is because our soul is right here. And our soul is where we make our decisions, of course. But they call it the Melchuk, called the kingdom. Really, where we establish either God's kingdom or our kingdom is right here. Now, this is where we make our decisions, in our soul. But our heart is down here. And there's a gap right here. There's a gap between our soul and our heart. And the thing is, what we need to understand, that gap is there. First of all, we need to know the gap is there, because we make decisions, we act upon certain things that are inside of us. But the thing is, of course, we think because it's inside of us, we're supposed to act upon it. Not exactly. No, we're supposed to choose to make in our soul a decision on what we're supposed to do. It's not just bam, do something bad, act. Do something good, act. Or do something, anything, act. That's not the ideal, but there's this gap between our soul and our heart that we need to understand. Now, watch this. Jesus said, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind. And the thing is, that's an important sequence. That is an important sequence of our lives, that we make decisions based upon our heart and our soul and our mind. But this in between called, our decisions and actions is what is going to facilitate, the pattern of it is what's going to facilitate the kind of person we become. This is going to produce, we're going to be a bad person, we're going to be a good person, we're going to be a godly person, an ungodly person. We're going to seek after the righteousness of God, or we're going to continue to do wickedness. This is what determines that. But we need to know that it's there, because the thing is, people, God taught me, I would work at the laundromat, as you know, and washing, I look at the washers, of course, the face washers, they go whoosh, 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 and seeing the spin cycle. I watched the spin cycle, and I was looking at the spin cycle, and God was showing me, because God loved teaching in the simpler things, say, look at that cycle. Matt, what if you put dirt in that washer? How much of dirt will be in the cycle within the clothes that you're washing? And I'm like, oh, that's all you need to really tell me, because I understand what he's trying to show me. He's trying to show me something, that we put things in this cycle, whatever. It's not about what clothes we put inside the washer, but it's when we cut it on and put the money in it or whatever. What detergent, we either putting dirt in there or detergent in there. And that's what's going to be the makeup of the kind of person we become. And, he showed me a cycle of that guess what? You wash the clothes, wash, or more likely, wash our thoughts. Yeah. The thoughts that we, put inside of us, of that sequence of what I'm showing you is our heart and our soul. It's going to become the outcome of the clothes that we put on. Or more likely, the clothes represent not just our thoughts, our actions. Because the Bible says, so as a man thinketh, so is he. When we think it, bam, we put on clothes. If we think we're a bad person, we put on the clothes bad. If we think we're a good person, we put on the clothes. We put on the clothes. And then we're believing ourselves, I'm bad, I'm good, and we put on, and guess what? We're thinking that we're bad because we put dirt in the washer. You know what I'm saying? And our clothes got dirt on it, so therefore we think we're dirty. You know what I'm saying? Now we put on clean, we put detergent in there, we put on the clothes on there, we think we know we're clean. And and the clothes are supposed to dictate our actions that we supposed to do. It's going to dictate our actions and how we become a person, an individual, that we got to understand this ideal. Because the thing is, people think that they're supposed to. Satan got them deceived that they think they're supposed to do bad. They're supposed to do negative towards people. They're supposed to be a bad person. No, it's because what you put in the washer, the washer, you know what I'm saying? You put what are you putting inside you? What is influencing you that's giving you information to give you a reason to continually doing stuff? It's the makeup of every individual that is in this world. You know what I'm saying? That they are performing now. Their performance. And like God taught me, just like the same thing as a car, It can only perform that people tell you when you get a car. Your car can only perform as how much you take care of the engine, how much you change your oil. You know what I'm saying? I kind of look at how, you're supposed to change your oil in your car is the ideal, what David says, that, creating me a clean heart, renew a right spirit inside of me. Let me throw away the old oil and let me put fresh oil in there. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of look at it. That we put fresh oil inside us and not operate in that other oil that has been contaminated in friction and nonsense and all kind of craziness that we find ourselves meditating on concerning the things of this world, this wicked world system that, trying to keep our minds through television and radio and all kind of stuff on negative, bad things, that they're trying to corrupt us instead of clean the us up. Is trying to corrupt us, that we do we're leaning towards to do corrupted things. But that's just gonna. Now here's what I want to make a understanding on. Our decisions is what we only have control of. Guess what? Our decisions are the only thing we have control of. Because here's the thing people need to understand. We kind of and understand other people. People think that it's, of course, a person does this action. A person does that action. Yes, but their actions are happening based upon their decisions. But we look at a person's action and we say that this person's bad, this person's horrible, this person's this. See, that judgment, we judge now, and we say this person's the terrible person in the whole wide world. But the thing is, that's really, you are defining, well, to me, from a kingdom perspective, is a lie. Because everybody's created in the image and the likeness of God. It's just they're taking the form of the sinfulness inside them, that's in everybody. They're taking on the shape of the sin that's inside of them, and they believe that this is the best way of them living lives. But I think it's a lie to really, concerning a kingdom standpoint, to say that this is a bad person. No, I think this person is a person that just went a bad direction and did not have the instructions and the guidance in life to understand of how to truly be a good person. And they need that to really make the proper, legitimate decision on whether to do what's right or whether to do what's wrong. Is what every individual needs to that be put in that position to understand. Everybody needs to be put in that position to understand, because everybody should have a legitimate choice to choose right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Not they feel like it's a result of their bad, what's put inside them, but it's a result of them perceiving the whole aspect better to make the better definitive decision in how they would want to live their life. But it's based upon your decisions and your actions will dictate that ideal of your whole path of your life. But as what the wise king says, King Solomon says in Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, lean not to your own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path to make better decisions and do better actions. All right, that's the message. I hope you got it. To God be the glory. Here forever and ever in Jesus' name, amen.